Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bummer Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfellow of Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
All right, Tim Tszyu just defeated Terrell Gausha. Unanimous decision. Let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. All right, so Tim Tszyu got dropped in the first, and then all of a sudden, they just pretty much woke him up. He probably had a lot of nerves, stuff of that nature. But after that knockdown by the Gausha, I think it was the right hand. That was all she wrote, for the Gausha. And that just woke Tim Tszyu up, and Tim Tszyu started going to work. Talk about some of the mistakes he made, but hold on. But check out the fight reaction playlist. Want to support the channel? Cash App, $, CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Best free way to donate is thumbs up the video, comment, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase the chance of notifications we go live or drop a video. And what pretty much happened was Gausha caught him. Tim Tszyu did a lot of squaring up tonight. And Tim Tszyu took advantage of it. Gausha took advantage of it in the first round, and he took advantage of it throughout the fight. But I think Tim Tszyu got some deceptive power, and it caught. Gausha got some deceptive power, and it caught Tim Tszyu off guard once, and never did again. And for the most part, just too strong. Too fast, too much power for for Terrell Gausha tonight. That's pretty much what it boiled down to. Did he square up? Yeah, he squared up a ton. Gausha took advantage of it again, but Gausha has deceptive power. It ain't like he got like Thor thunder power. Deceptive meaning sneak up on you like once or twice. It snuck up on Tim Tszyu for sure once. But after that, Tim Tszyu, just like it woke him up, he started going to work. He started like picking his shots with patience. And if you watch him, he didn't waste no movement. He one of the pressure fighters that hold his position. He don't have to move his head off the line. Um, you know, not necessarily his feet, his head stay right on the line, but he just hold his position, bro. You got some guys, that's how they fight. They hold their position. And those dudes tough to fight too, because even though their head stay on the line, he can move his head off the line with his feet. He not gonna really move his head. He just one of them dudes who hold his position. You know where he gonna be at, but he's so confident. He just was teeing off on him. He was squaring up too. And Gausha hit him with some good shots, but Tim Tszyu, he really could have got the stoppage had he been jabbing on his way in, doubling up the body work, doubling up the hook, you know, you know, double to the body, rip up to the uppercut. Had he been fighting behind the jab more, that's when he watched his film, he just gonna kick himself because he left a knockout out there. Even though he technically knocked him down, they didn't call it, but Gausha was throwing them get off me punches. What I mean by that, when Tim Tszyu worked, he throw one or two good shots, even if they don't land, they get his attention. Then Gausha would throw one or two good shots, on the back end. He was never trying to punch with Tim Tszyu. He was in a survival mode, and he was in there with a young, hungry lion, a guy who has some good hand speed and good IQ. He didn't waste no move, and he didn't waste shit tonight. He's a very efficient pressure fighter. You got some pressure fighters that weave on the inside and really attack, use angles. For Tim Tszyu, he hold his position. He know exactly what he is, and them dudes hard to beat too. They hold their position no matter what, and they always, in a position to defend or attack or go from defense to offense or offense to defense. Them dudes hard. He held his position. He gonna be a hard out for anybody. He bring that pressure right to your kitchen. The only thing he messed up today was, he got to clean up squaring up a little bit. He gets so offensive. He gets so confident offensively. He throw a lot of shots. And he fight Jamel Charlo, guys like that nature. Brian Cristanos, he can't afford to square up. So defensively squaring up is something he had. And that's basically when your shoulders are square, you give your opponent the whole body. You see a lot of boxers. Well, that's what you're supposed to do. You fight at an angle, you give him half the body. And Tszyu square up a little bit too much. And if he can clean up squaring up, he saw his rope. He don't have to necessarily move his head a lot because he's one of the dudes that hold his position. But had he doubled up to the body hooks, you know, Then the uppercut would have been there and the right hand would have been there. So it's a learning curve there too, you know. But he had a little bit of problem in round one, but for the most part, he coasted. Boucher couldn't fade him. So, doubling up the hook to the body, doubling up the body work, then ripping upstairs. Just small things to be learned. He admitted he only had 35 amateur fights, but he admitted that he had some things to work on. That's it. You know, he gonna be one of them dudes who hold his position. Them dudes tough to fight. You know, but just doubling up, coming behind the jab. The jab is probably the biggest uphill battle we got. Learn to double, learn to throw a power jab, learn to triple it, throw a pepper jab, that piston like jab, maybe shotgun jab, that power jab. Once he work on his jab, he's gonna be hard to beat, bro, and not square up. He started to square up when he started landing. You can't do that versus Charlo. You can't do that versus Istanos. You couldn't do that versus Lara or some of the very technical guys that may move up, like Spencer Crawford. You can't square up like that because you get them the entire target, all night. They're gonna take advantage of that. They could be a cut, they could knock you down, they can hurt you. And one thing about Crawford, he'll finish you. One thing about Charlo, he'll finish you. If the opportunity presents Spence, he'll finish you. So yeah, I think he just coming behind the jab, he gonna be pretty much unfadable if he learn to come behind different jabs. Power jab, that spear jab, you know, that peppering jab, that shotgun power jab. He gonna be unfadable. Boucher, gave him something that he needed before he jumped in there with Charlo. He gave him he gave him some things that he gonna look back on and need to get better. And the reason he was able to take that shot and get up and adjust because he been fighting 5 times a year. When you fighting, you can absorb punishment a lot better. You can recover better because you fighting. Sparring is not a supplement for a real fight. I'm sorry. It's not an adequate supplement. Only thing you can supplement real fighting for is fighting. It's boxing and actual fights. So, his conditioning come from being active. So, like I said before, once he mastered the jab and stopped squaring up, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, bro. He gonna be a tough out. He ain't gotta weave off the line. He ain't gotta his feet get him off the line. It's holding his position to make him dangerous. But like I said before, once he started jabbing on his way in, start doubling up and tripling up his shots and bringing them upstairs with combinations. It's gonna be a tough out, but he legitimately. I don't think he dropped too many rounds after getting dropped, but he got dropped, and I think once he found that angle, Boucher he punched from it was pretty much Boucher had nothing else to offer. He wanted to throw that right hand again. He didn't have much on the uppercut, and he just got bullied the whole night. So, like I said before, boy is world championship caliber. So tough out for anybody. When you talk about him fighting Charlo, pressure Charlo how you beat him. But can't square up versus that guy neither. But hey, check out the Fight Reaction playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe button, the bell icon button, hit all notifications, increase your chance of notification. Go live, drop a video. Want to financially support the channel? Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Best way to donate, just thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the link tree button in the description. It'll take you to my Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Anchor, um, Twitter. If you got a business question, inquiry, response, or video request, hit me on Twitch or Instagram. I'm on Twitter or Instagram. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Check out the Fight Reaction Play.